I lost more than $50 million only because trusted people is. I don't care about success, because success is not the future, success is the past. And what I have done yesterday, I don't care tomorrow. We talked to the company, who is the market leader in Europe. We offered them to sell our technology, and they offered us 10% of the valuation of our technology. Was a little bit surprised why. And then they explained me the game. Matthias, if we buy your technology, we will destroy the profit of the follow-up business. 35 years of business experiences. I listened to them and they told me, Matthias, this way is not possible. And when my ears received the information that something is not possible, I was fully attached to do it. Yeah. When I was 13, the 3 major horse equipment trading companies, and I sent them my prototype and I asked them, do you like the prototype? And the CEO of one company, he answered me, yes, we want to sell your product. Let's make a royalty contract.
I want to say, like, I'm a founder / CEO / CFO / CMO / CSO. It becomes trendy. But to have it requires a particular set of attributes and qualities. From your perspective, what are these set of attributes a modern entrepreneur should have?
Never be happy what happened today. Please try to be tomorrow smarter, faster and stronger. If this is the main focus, go and you will succeed and you will reach the top.
Matthias Simms is a visionary who stands at the intersection of science, psychology and societal transformation. From witnessing personal tragedy at a young age to filing his first patent at just 12 years old. A lot of people say, like, go to corporate, learn, then go on your own. But it looks you are the type of guy that I don't want to learn from corporate. I want to learn from my failures and then I move ahead. Did this cost you a lot?
Yes, unfortunately. The truth is, Seif.
Welcome back, Alpha Squad, to another inspiring episode of the Alpha Talk Show, the #1 and fastest growing show in the region. Today's Alpha guest is not just an entrepreneur. He's a visionary who stands at the intersection of science, psychology, and societal transformation. From witnessing personal tragedy at a young age to filing his first patent at just 12 years old, to holding over 200 patents across deep tech, medicine, and energy innovation. Matthias Simms is a rare combination of a physicist, psychologist, and an entrepreneur. As a founder and CEO of Neo7 and the driving force behind TARU Group, he's pioneering TAP, Total Autonomous Power, a breakthrough energy platform that could change how the world generates electricity, and from off-grid villages to aerospace. He'd work on everything from pacemakers and artificial organs to regenerative medicine and robotics. And he's driven by one clear mission: turning knowledge into science for the future of humanity. Matthias, welcome to the Alpha Talk Show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Seif, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
How do you feel today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So I usually start the episode with a nugget question. So we say that once we publish the episode, it's going to be on all the platforms. People will see the graphics, the thumbnail, the title, and they will think that's an interesting episode. What can you promise them today to gain if they gave us their time?
So first of all, I'm a fighter. I'm a man who never gave up. I try to find solutions for problems nobody wants to manage. And at the end, I'm a specialist to make mistakes, learning out of mistakes, and try to be a little bit better and smarter the next day.
Ooh, I love that. Let's go back. Your life or your career or your journey started with, I would say, a personal tragedy that changed everything for you.
Yes.
And actually from a very young age. And I think it was from 5 years old, correct?
Yes, I was 5 years old. I was sitting in front of our villa where I grew up. My mom was in the kitchen and my older brother was 7 years old in the first grade of the school. And we were waiting for him and his friend to come home with a bicycle. And his friend came to me and screamed, Matthias, Matthias, where's your mother? Something happened. I asked, what happened? Yeah, Christian, your brother had an accident. So a car crashed my brother, and my brother was falling down with the brain to the street. The head opened and the brain was swollen. And I crossed the street, I saw this, and in this moment, when I saw the brother die, I promised myself, with the energy I felt from God, I will invent someday in my life that no other brother on the planet can die with a swollen brain because medical treatments are not available for this very complex situation.
It changed your life totally.
Yes, because it creates an energy like a nuclear power plant in my heart. So I was never tired to work harder, to work the next day a little bit better than the day before. So I did always my best to do whatever I can to reach the top.
Take me from that day to your day when you registered your first patent at 12.
Yes.
Correct? What happened between like the age of 5 when you lost your brother and you had this mission towards 12 years old?
Yeah.
Because I remember myself at 12 years old. I didn't know what a patent means even.
So now I can say I would know what was a patent, but this is not how it was. It was only following my intuitions, my gut feelings. Since I had this experience with my brother, every night I pray to God that my brother will be protected in the sky, and I want to be a scientist to help other people to give an impact to a community. So every night I had a lot of dreams. I'm a specialist in dreaming. I am a specialist to go in fantasy worlds, to create my own world, because for me it was fantastic to be in this world of new inventions, of solutions, of space travel, to be in the other world, because in this world I was safe, nothing could happen to me. Till the moment I was 12, I was a usual child. I had focus on a little bit sport, bicycle, whatever, and of course I did not remember every year. At the same time, I was a fan of horse riding, and after you clean a horse, when you're after you finish the riding, you have to clean the horse and the hoofs. So I had the idea to make an item when you clean the hoof that you have at the same time a lamp, like a flashlight in your hand. And I had this idea. I talked to my mother with the idea. What do you think about this? And of course, your mother is always the biggest fan.
True.
She motivates me,
Yeah.
go for it. What does it mean? And I called a lawyer and I asked.
You called the what?
I called a lawyer of my
At
mom. Yes, it was a little bit funny. He was very humoristic with me and laughing a lot. But I asked him what I have to do. He explained me the process. I visit his office and then...
Fight for the patent.
Yes. From the first idea, the thoughts, till the execution, it was 2 years. Because when you are young, you are talking with other friends and they all give you the feedback, this is not good.
True.
This is not good. And you have not the power and the energy to fight against criticism of other people.
And I believe like the friends at that age, they were not thinking about patents, ideas.
No.
Let's play soccer in the street, let's ride a bicycle, and many other stuff, rather than a scientific patent.
For them, it makes no sense. Why do you spend your time in this? But for me, it was fascinating to find a good solution for a problem. And I called at the same time when I was 13. the three major horse equipment trading companies, and I sent them my prototype, and I asked them, do you like the prototype? And the CEO of one company in Düsseldorf, he answered me, yes, we want to sell your product. Let's make a royalty contract.
At the age of what again?
It was 13.
13.
13, yes. So 1 Deutsche Mark for one
Sale.
item, yes. So then the next step to finalize the deal, you have to make the contracts. And I asked my mother, we have to go to this gentleman and we have to have a meeting. My mother, of course, put me in the car, and then I was 14 already, and it was a long process. So I came into the office, and this gentleman was highly surprised. Who is this?
Who are you?
Who is this shy? Then I had to go to the parquet plot again and ask my mother, please join me, and my mother signed the contracts. So I had the first contract, and I make in the first year 20,000 Deutsche Mark with sold grazers.
At 14 years old?
Yes.
You remember this moment?
I remember when I signed the contract, and I love to sign the contract. I remember the feedback of the gentleman that this is a very good idea and you should work on this for more. So that was my first economic positive feedback with my work. And this was an evidence I'm on the right track.
How did you take your life afterwards?
So if you are young and you have this small amount of money, you are thinking it's a lot of money.
True.
And
True.
you think you are the winner of the world and you can do everything. So I started to play with stocks. I started to play, to buy some bicycles and sell the bicycles, trading. And of course, everything went wrong because I had no experiences. The competition was older and stronger and smarter. So I lost the money, but I got a lot of experiences, and I was very happy to know what is not the right direction.
I love that. Mm-hmm.
For example, trading was never for me an option. Key account management, to talk with a lot of clients. This was not, I'm not a sales guy. I was more a developer of technology, of solutions, and then the other experts should take over and go to the market.
I love that. You took it towards education as well.
Yes.
You studied physics and combined it with psychology.
Yeah.
Why you made this choice?
Oh, very easy. I finished the school very early and I had no clue what is the right direction. So I asked my mom, and my mom was my best advisor, and he told me, go for it, and this is good for you. Psychology, because you learn a lot of things about people.
True.
Afterwards, I know it's not always the truth. It's a lot of statistics and math and so on, probabilities and so on. So, and physics, it's a technical driven. I love to think in laws. I love to
Equations.
exactly. This was amazing. So the combination was very good. So for me, it was the right track.
You finished your education, and I think you were at an edge. Should I go work for somebody, or I will continue working with myself? I had a patent at the age of 12. I can do more. So did you ever come to a point where which direction I should go?
Yeah.
Why I'm telling you this, because our age is a little bit close to each other.
Yeah.
So when you go back in the days, when you're just graduating, we come from an era where being an entrepreneur is like you are a jobless guy. Like if you say like I'm an entrepreneur, it means you're jobless that time. The route the usual people took is like, I'm gonna jump in a company, grow in a company, and then maybe I will open my business down the line. But as soon as you graduate and say I'm an entrepreneur, it means you're a guy who has no job.
Yes.
It's not like these days when you say you're an entrepreneur, people clap for you. So how did you make this choice back in the days, which I consider as a big risk, versus that you graduate these days from university and say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur? That's a big risk back then, because you're going to be expelled from the society.
So first of all, I learned very early that I cannot listen to other people when they give me advice. So I had always in my mind, I'm smarter, I can do this better. This is not a perfect foundation to go into a corporate structure, because you have to do what your manager is telling to you, and then later on perhaps you will be a manager.
True.
For me, I thought I'm always a little bit smarter. The truth is, of course, I was not smarter, I was dumb, because I was young, but I was a little bit...
you had the belief in yourself.
Yes, too much self-confidence, I would say. On the other side, during my university, I found out to collect data, and this means, as in the young age, to collect ideas, thoughts from people who are at the top of the top. This could be a very good business model. So my first idea was, when I was 20, to visit a university hospital. And I realized during a surgery, the doctors, they have mostly good ideas about the items they are using when they have the surgery. So, but what happened with the ideas? Nothing, because in the hospital there is no budget to invest into ideas, and the doctors have no time to create patents. So I visit them and I offered them, okay, give me the ideas. I will make the ideas to patents, patents to prototypes, prototypes to small companies, and then we make 50-50 profit sharing if we are successful. So I had my first connection to ideas, to data, and this was the start that I was sure I have to do my own thing.
How was the start? Because people see like, okay, like they will hear it, okay, you became successful young.
Yes.
But the start, I'm sure it was like a lot of boxing in your face, knockouts, and then you stood back up.
Yeah, the start is a totally disaster. I compare this today with a real estate agent. When you start, you have a lot of people who are asking for an apartment, but in your portfolio is only one villa.
Exactly.
Then you have the villa and all the people are asking, then you have an apartment and all the people are asking for the apartment.
True, true.
And this is the same with ideas and problems and solutions. If you have a lot of solutions, but the problem is not on the market available, then you don't need the solution for make profit.
True.
So I realized only to have the connection to a source of ideas, it's not enough. So based on this, I visited companies who are in the healthcare sector, and I asked them, if I have globally an idea to upgrade your device, do you would give me a meeting in the next 4 weeks with a decision maker? Because I knew you need to talk with a decision maker, otherwise you're waiting for months and months. And you know, when you're a young entrepreneur, you have everything but no money. So you cannot wait 3 months for a meeting, and you cannot travel to the US and all these kind of things. So I got a consulting agreement with a US company. They had a small factory in Germany, and I started to analyze their items. It was in the cardiovascular scene. And then I had a lot of items with problems or possibilities to upgrade them. And on the other side, I had all the hospitals with the ideas. And then I start to build the bridge to bring the idea to the item and the item to the idea. So I could upgrade. And then they start to trust my business model, and then I extend.
Lovely. You patent a lot of ideas and made them even to a prototype, to a market. I would say like MVPs, then a product, commercial product. Tell us examples of such.
Yeah. So if we are talking about game-changing moments, we have energy sources for pacemakers. Pacemakers, when they are working with the patient, they need a lot of maintenance, and maintenance is not so good for a patient to go back to the hospital. So we created a solution where we don't have to have a lot of maintenance, and we talked to the company who is the market leader in Europe. We offered them to sell our technology, and they offered us 10% of the valuation of our technology. And I was a little bit surprised why. And then they explained me the game. Matthias, if we buy your technology, we will destroy the profit of the follow-up business.
Exactly.
And this is not very clever.
True.
So I was the first time totally shocked that the best invention, the best solution to upgrade something in life for the people is not possible to go into the market because there are market leader and market
Exactly.
makers. So this was on this side. On the other side, we had a lot of...
What did it make you feel at this point?
Yeah.
Like you're coming to the market with a great invention
Yeah.
that will really support people, especially with a very sensitive and important organ like the heart. And suddenly the big players tells you, no. We're not going to do that because you're cutting off our cash flow. You're
Yeah.
cutting off our revenue. We're not going to go ahead.
So for me, it was a very shocking moment because I had the energy from the accident of my brother and me, and I was very naive to believe all the things in the world are positive.
Mhm.
And then I found out there is more than positivity. But I know everything in life is for a reason, and this situation is good for the future. You have to learn, you have to analyze, and you have to manage the outcome out of this. And later on, when we jumped into my technology development of energy, exactly this kind of experience
Helps.
was the game-changing moment to create the new solutions.
How do you, a guy like you, operates? How do you invent solutions? How do you find the problems and say, I'm going to create something for it, patent it, make it a product, and go commercial?
Companies contact us and they send us problems. And we have in our company and our organization the freedom to follow our intuitions, our gut feelings. This is financially a totally disaster because I give you an example. If you have a budget of $100,000 and you have to find a solution for a car, and the scientists are working on this, and you know how it is with intuition. You cannot say on Monday I have an idea, on Wednesday I have an idea. You are waiting, you are in the creative process, you try to come into the flow, you take the spirit, and then out of nothing something come up. And you never know, is this the solution for the problem of the budget, or is this a totally different solution? So in our organization, we have the freedom, if there is a solution for a new project, we will follow up this. If this is not the solution for the problem of the car, we will ignore it, and it's okay, acceptable. But if you have financial investors, private equity companies, venture capital, and you explain them, we burned your budget, but we have not a solution.
Exactly.
But we have other solutions. They will get crazy.
True. Let's talk about your organization now.
Yeah.
And I still want to talk more about your inventions. But your organization, how your organization is structured, in what field it operates, and how it operates.
Yeah. So we have research and development center where the people are working on the problems. For example, one of the major projects we managed is I was during the time when my brother had the accident very often in hospitals, and I saw all the ugly wheelchairs. Wheelchairs always ugly, and I promised myself one day I will create wheelchairs that everybody is jealous who has not the reason for a wheelchair.
A nice motive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then we created the rollerball wheelchair, rollerball technology, the same like the pen you are using. And if you have not legs, you can use it with a PlayStation command. It's connected to Wi-Fi and GPS tracking system, and you can play soccer on the field with a rollerball wheelchair.
Wow.
And we wanted to go to the Paralympics with this and make this to a professional Paralympic Games, Olympic Games.
As a tool.
As a tool, yes. So out of this, we created the Batman wheelchair connected to a metaverse gaming show. Gaming show means everybody who is using this wheelchair has superpower. He can fly, he can...
You gamified it.
Exactly, and then they connected globally with in the metaverse with the superhero powers, and then they can play in their wheelchair play console.
Very nice. Is it commercial?
No, it's too expensive.
Too
It's
expensive.
only a couple of people who bought this for their son and daughters. Very exclusive, one of one.
Oh, really?
We have Spider-Man wheelchairs, Octopus wheelchairs, Batman, all connected to GPS tracking system, security tracking system. So one of one was gold-plated, and it was more out of fun to give the children.
Possibilities.
Yes, and proudness. Proudness to be, I have the best wheelchair on earth.
True. So this is one part. You have an R&D
Yes,
that identify the problems, work on the solutions. So that's R&D.
Yes.
And then of course, there is another arm.
yes, you have, of course, a financial backup and financial holding who's managing the capital to invest into the projects.
Okay.
You need the controlling, the accountant. You need I would say, the networking to the legal departments, what is possible. For example, if you go into artificial organ development, kidneys, liver based on stem cells, what is the feedback in the country? For example, some countries are not acceptable to work on DNA programs. Other countries are highly appreciate this because it's the next level of medical performance. So this you have to know, because to fight against laws, it's for us as a, I would say,
Uphill battle for,
yeah,
and sometimes it's not worth.
exactly. And this is all too much disappointed and too much negative energy. And this is when you are working with scientists and creativity, not exactly what you want. You want to focus on the positivity part.
Let's say there are people watching us and they want to engage with you and your company.
Yeah.
What are the ways that people can engage with you? They can engage as a, I would say, as a founder. I have a project, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Or they can engage as an investor
Yeah.
on the other side. What are the ways of engagement with you and your company?
So we sit together, so they can write on a WhatsApp or email, and then we have a meeting. We will talk about what is your vision, how we can create your vision into a mission. If it's a entrepreneur, if it's a young founder, because we integrate the founders in our structure, that they can create their vision in our organization with our help, with our support, with our capital, because to be very innovative as a startup founder is in these times very complicated. Because nobody believes in you. The feedback is often only criticism. You have to be very strong. There is nobody than yourself to motivate you in the morning. And what we already discussed, it's all about, if you enjoy the 2 months of a year of success and you save this kind of energy for the other 10 months of the year of sacrificing, then you are a real entrepreneur. Then you know the game, and then you can fight, and then you have the headline on your face.
The resilience you need to have.
Never give up, yes. But if you are always in a bad mood and you are angry that you are not successful and you have a problem with criticism, and then you don't have to go this way. Go into a corporate way and enjoy your life. Be a political driven person.
True. So that's the root of, you have a founder who has an idea that will come to you, and you and your organization will be supporting this from, like I would say, mentoring, advising, open the markets, funding, so on and so forth. In what areas that you're looking for such projects? In what industries?
Yes, we are in healthcare, humanoid robotics. We are in cybersecurity and clean energy.
Clean energy.
And this all related based on artificial intelligence. We believe in artificial intelligence. We are believing in collecting data and using the data from historical technology inventions to new university stuff.
I love that. So you're supporting such founders. So that's one pillar of the people watching us could be interested in such mentoring and guidance and funding. Of course, you have another pillar. I'm an investor.
Yeah.
How this route looks like with your organization?
So if there is an investor who has a company, for example, in the healthcare sector, and he needs a new product for the market, we are creating together with him the product, and then he is in charge to sell the product in the market with his own network.
Okay.
But the full research and development process, the full development of the technology, this is our stuff, this is our responsibility, and this is the investment partnership.
I love that. What if a third pillar that comes in and say, I'm an investor that I like to invest in clean energy.
Yes.
I don't have a company. I don't want you to invent something for me, but I want to invest in you because you invest in clean energy. Do you have a route for this as well?
Yes. I love to be together with people where we have very smart conversations, who can give me advice, who can perhaps lead me into the future. Because I believe as a collective intelligence, as a team player, you are always smarter than alone.
True.
And if there are people outside who with me on my side as a team, I highly appreciate to learn, and let's be stronger together to create a good future.
Exactly. You invented a product which is very interesting in clean energy, TAP.
Yes.
Can you give an idea of what is it and how it came to your mind? And how diverse you are, because my next question I will talk about something absolutely different from what we're talking about that you also managed. So why TAP?
So I learned very early it's all about the research of information. And I was asking myself, where can we find information nobody else has, that we have an advantage. So I talked to libraries of Alexandria, Cairo, Tibet, and global research, and we worked with them together to scan all the paper-written documents into a system, analyze this with artificial intelligence, and collect huge amount of data.
Mm-hmm.
We did the same with universities. So we had the new stuff and the old stuff of scientific studies. And 2016, we started this related to energy, because I was never a fan of solar.
Mm-hmm.
Solar, because maintenance costs are very high. Hydrogen, it's very innovative, but very expensive. And the logistics, you have to change the product to ammoniac, it's very dangerous. Wind, it's the mood of the nature. It's not always available.
Nice,
and
the mood of the nature.
And nuclear power, it's not politically driven anymore. So you cannot say I open up in the democracy nuclear power plant. So we are all thinking in sustainability. And I was fascinating in young age about magnets, magnet fields. I was playing a lot with them, and I had always the vision, and in my mind, we have to find a solution to magnet fields. So 2016, when we start to work here in the UAE, because I believe it's all about energy in this region, it's all about the future and the vision of the leadership here in this region. We start here with research and data collection of everything we found, and put this into AI, and we start to play with different kind of magnets. And then we find out in the lab that if we put some magnets into a new atmosphere, and we can calibrate them, and we can work with them, that it's possible to give them a perpetual energy situation. So for us, after 10 times, 9 months ago, it was the first time possible that we create the magnets who are running perpetual. We connect them with a dynamo, and the dynamo generates the electricity. Yes.
Is it rolled out already? Like, do you have a rollout for such product?
Yes.
Because there is a lot of skepticism about magnetic and energy. It's been so. The best thing is to punch in the face and say, no, we have a rollout.
Yeah. So we created prototypes, 25 kilowatt generators for a townhouse villa. And of course, a lot of people make due diligence to check what is the technology behind, why is this working? And of course, we had a lot of challenges to manage, but after 2 years of research and development, it's running. And we have pendulum technology based on magnet fields who can create 100 megawatt of electricity.
Wow.
So now we have the technology, and of course we are searching now the big market players who can provide us knowledge. What is the right next step to put this technology as a supporting function to oil and gas, hydrogen, and whatever we are talking. No?
Wow. In your journey, there was a sports club, a football club.
Yes. So
what does that have to do with physics, science?
So sometimes I have ideas. Later on, when I'm thinking about the ideas, I said it was not so a good idea. But I have an ego like other men as well. And when you have some exits and you make good money, you try to do crazy things.
Yeah.
And one of my dreams was to own a soccer club. So I bought a professional soccer club in Austria. And I wanted to build the first stadium out of wood. Because I believed at this time the upcoming event of the FIFA World Championships in Qatar were planned. If I offer them to build all the stadiums in wood, they can remove it afterwards again. So very good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea. So to come to this point, I bought the club, I invested a lot of money, and I learned very easily and very fast I'm an idiot because it's a money-destroying machine, and there is never a right, because sport management is mostly driven by emotions.
True.
And this means today you're in a good mood and tomorrow you're not in a good mood. So if you spend too much money, you're a bad capitalism. If you are a little bit less with your budget, you are not a good sponsor and investor.
True.
So the audience is never really fair with you as an investor. And you see other big names on the planet.
Exactly.
So later on, I know this was an amazing journey for my life experience, but this I would never do again.
Repeat again.
Yes.
Let's go backwards in the 15, 20 years. You absolutely jumped in the journey of being an entrepreneur, I would say, without any corporate experience.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, like, go to corporate, learn, then go on your own.
Yeah.
But it looks you are the type of guy that I don't want to learn from corporate. I want to learn from my failures, and then I move ahead. Did this cost you a lot?
Yes, unfortunately. The truth is, Seif, I was always highly motivated not to do mistakes. I wanted to listen to people who can advise me to avoid mistakes. And then when I was in the conversation with old people who have 35 years of business experiences, I listened to them and they told me, Matthias, this way is not possible. And when my ears received the information that something is not possible, I was fully attached to do it.
Yeah.
So that was always my problem. And then, of course, I ran very often against the wall, but I had the God-given talent always to stand up stronger. Yes.
What makes you, would say, like this God-given talent? That's something you have to cultivate.
Yes.
What makes you get this kind of character or attribute?
I believe it's a lifestyle. A lifestyle because I don't care about success, because success is not the future, success is the past, and what I have done yesterday I don't care tomorrow. So it's a lifestyle to bring all your thoughts from the fantasy into reality, and if you execute this process, you enjoy that it was possible. To create new thoughts in your brain, it's amazing. When we are dreaming, we feel good, and
True.
it's amazing. And if you do this into reality, it's more amazing for
Exactly.
me. If I see this was just a dream and today it's in front of me in form of a factory, oh my God, wonderful. So that was always the motivation of my DNA. And of course, because of the energy with the accident of my brother, I was always under fire to do more than other people, or I tried to do more than other people. Huh?
If somebody's watching us now, he's from the young generation.
Yeah.
Let's say like just exited or graduated from university and wanted to be an entrepreneur, what advice would you give to him?
First of all, he should ask who he is, what kind of DNA he has, what is in his life super important. If he has to focus on family, make children enjoy the private life, I would say don't go into the entrepreneurship. Stay in the corporate, be smart in the corporate, get a very good salary, enjoy
Grow up, true.
your vacation time,
True.
and be a good man and enjoy your life, and that's wonderful. That's very good.
True.
I have huge respect for this kind of discipline and of this kind of way of thinking, because I'm the opposite. But if you sometimes a little bit stupid to follow a high risk thought process, if you are sometimes stupid enough to work without money in the pocket, if you are sometimes stupid enough not to listen to other people, then this is 50% of the foundation to
True,
be a
yeah,
good
to be
entrepreneur. The best connection of the stupidness is to be a little bit smart in networking, smart to collecting the dots, to read a lot, and all driven by you have to have permanently the motivation to learn and to create the best version out of yourself. Never be happy what happened today. Please try to be tomorrow smarter, faster, and stronger. If this is the main focus, go and you will succeed and you will reach the top.
True. If I ask you, what will be the attributes of, I would say, the modern type of entrepreneurs? What will be their characteristics? Because back in like 20 years back, I would say a list of attributes different than now.
Yeah.
But now that I would say 2 out of 3 wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a fancy thing, it's a trendy thing. Just I want to know. I want to say like I'm a founder / CEO / CFO / CMO / CSO. It becomes trendy. But to have it, it requires a particular set of attributes and qualities. From your perspective, what are these set of attributes a modern entrepreneur should have?
Yeah. I would say every time has their own rules, and you have to follow the time, and you should know that you cannot make the time is making you. For example, in the 80s, a company hired a consultant, and the reason for this was mostly the consultant was in other companies and he shared the information from other companies to you as the CEO. So for you it was very important to know what the competitors are doing, because there was no social media or other networking digital market processes. In the 90s, the internet came, and the way of advisory service changed from the consultants not to share only information. It was more to execute the processes, what the CEO has in his mind. For example, to outsource the responsibility for critical processes like closing a factory. Because then the CEO can always say, no, the consultants decided to close the factory and they have the responsibility because they will secure our business because we make not enough profit. So this was in the 90s. Then the new era, the new economy, it was the first time the internet was driven by super fast thinking people It was all digital. The business models overnight had a valuation of hundreds of millions of dollars, and you could go to the bank and get loans for later on. It was the money-making machine, the money-making market related to fantasies. Today, then later on, we are talking all the time about leadership, management. Everybody should be the same, equal pay. The female has to be the same level in the company like the male. So we are all equal, and we have to treat our employees very, very good. That's very important as an entrepreneur. Today, I believe everybody knows a lot. And if he has not an answer to a question, he is using AI and he finds the information. So to teach people, to lead people, I think that's not the point anymore. Today, it's all about listening. You should listen to the markets. You should listen to the people. You should analyze what they are telling. And out of this, you can create a solution to give them the right service or product. And it's a huge challenge for young entrepreneurs to be able to listen, because listening is very energy driven.
True.
And I think if I answer your question, the highest value of the right attitude is the listening. Yes.
I'm interested to know your definition of an entrepreneur from your standpoint. What's an entrepreneur for you?
An entrepreneur is a self-motivated, self-driven person who can create an impact to the community to generate profit.
You've been an entrepreneur all your life. And I'm sure that you had zillions of failures.
Yes.
What is the one that really stuck in your head? A failure that you're grateful for.
Yeah.
You're happy that it happened because you learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
And you developed afterwards.
I thought always in my life when I was young, to invest $1 million is the same feeling when you invest $10 million or $100 million. And when it comes to the point that you are investing the first time in your life $100 million and you are losing $70 million, you're realizing the pain you get is the same when you are losing $1 million. So I was very happy when I lost a lot of money that this is not a change with my level of pain. So if you can accept that if you lose, it's very painful, then it's okay to do all the mistakes. Painful financially, it was always okay for me because I learned out of this very, very much. I believe you can only learn and progress when you make mistakes. In a permanent, successful process, you learn not so much. Because what happened? Your hormones are creating a strong ego, and a strong ego ignore other people. And if you are ignoring other people who are talking to you, most people are talking bullshit, but there is mostly one guy who is talking very smart things, and you have to wait for this smart guy because this smart guy can change everything for you. But if you have a big ego and you're not listening, you have the topic, oh, I cannot learn anymore. So this is a big challenge. And what is in my life the biggest mistake? I was too good to believe in the trust of people. They offered to me and I offered to them. So I thought, when I am a highly loyal person, other people are same like me. And that's not the point.
Let's equate this to a number, because I know the number.
Yes.
How much this trust, a failed trust, cost you?
Yeah. I lost more than $50 million only because of wrong
Trusted people.
Trusted people, yes.
What was the lesson in it?
So first of all, when this happened, it's a totally shock. You are talking in the family, you are talking with friends about this, and you thought always you are smart, and then you realized you are super stupid. Other people are smarter because it's the game. If there is a person who is smarter, he takes your money. And then how was this possible? And you analyze
Every
every
sin, true.
and at the end you don't find an answer, because the answer is you was stupid, you was in a position to trust somebody who was not an honest
Trustworthy.
person. Yes, so that's the game. And then later, when you live with this situation, you have to make a decision, or you try to make a decision to retouch emotional to this situation. So when I'm thinking today about this, it's a rational experience only in my brain, and my heart is not beating faster anymore. But if you ask me 1 year after this happened, oh my God, yes.
True.
I was angry, I was very annoyed, and I tried to, what can I do? And you can do nothing. You go to the legal process, and that's the point.
True.
But the thoughts are crazy, what you have in your mind. And,
But it changed your attitude and behavior towards people?
Yes. The circle of people you are surrounded are today very small. I reduce the communication to the external world to the minimum. I don't go into a lot of networking events and all this kind of stuff to be sure that I am never losing the focus to the highest priorities in my own life. Because now I have the situation that I have a lot of projects, and the projects needs my time, and I don't need other new projects.
True.
So I'm in a good position to have the right focus, what I love to do.
If I switch this question and ask you, what is the proudest moment that happened to you? Like a success that you were super proud of?
I don't believe in proudness, because this feeling I had never in my life, really. So when my mother told me I'm proud of you, I was always a little bit shaky and think, why she's telling me this? I'm not smart. What is behind this? Is this an indication to work harder? So for me it was more a little bit negative. If somebody gives you attention with positive words, it's for me critical. Because then I'm thinking, why he's doing this?
Why this time?
Why this time? What I did wrong, and what can I change?
Suddenly I'm good.
Yes. But of course, it's all about to feel more often happy. And this is my target. When I'm in the bath in front of the mirror, and I'm asking myself, are you on track? Are you from 7 days a week, 5 days happy, or 4 days and only 2 days in a challenging mood? Then I know I'm on track. And this makes me proud on my own. So the only person on earth who can make me proud is my own analyze that I'm on track.
What makes you happy?
Happy when I do what I love, when I can follow my passion, when my emotions are on track, when I'm intuitive, when my brain gives me a lot of creativity, and I can live into the fantasy world and creating out of the fantasy world the reality.
True. A lot of people listening to this episode heard a lot of numbers. 1 million, 10 million, 50 million. For some people it's peanuts, for some people it's a lot.
Yeah.
For people who are starting, reaching the 1 mil mark, it's something of, I reached the 1 mil mark.
Yeah.
Then they have another slab, the 10 mil mark. I want to know your journey from having 20k Deutschmarks, then hitting the 1 mil,
Yeah.
and then the 10, and then the 50. What changed in you, and what mindset change shifted? A lot of people say the first million is a hard piece of shit.
Yeah.
Once you crack it, you have till 50 is more or less fine, then you multiply it. Your money psychology is what?
Yeah. So when you are starting with a company, mostly you have no money, and you need mostly one person who trusts you and give you a couple of thousands of dollars, dirham. So I had always a supporter who gave me a little bit money, and I could work with this. So I was fortunate enough that my first projects were successful. So in the 20s, end of 20s, I made my first millions. But if you are creating the first valuation in a company with millions, this means not so much for your life because the company has the valuation, but mostly you have not the liquidity on the account.
Paper.
And you cannot say I'm paying a salary of 100,000 per month and I'm driving Porsche and all this kind of stuff. But you are thinking this because you are talking with the tax advisor and he gives you, now you're a millionaire.
The Excel file speaks.
Exactly. And then you're thinking, oh, now I'm a millionaire. Now I have to buy a good watch and all this fancy stuff. Of course, because you're young, you want to show I'm successful. But then you realize if you do this, you will make the company weak and you should wait 2 or 3 years. And if you have the discipline to wait and create from 1 million, 3 million, you realize to change 1 million to 5 million, it's far more easier and faster possible than from 10,000 to 1 million.
True.
And that's the big change. Why? If you are working with banks, external investors, and you are asking for $20,000, you are not a good client. And they give not good attention to you. But if you're asking for 1 million in the bank, the manager will come,
Give you coffee.
give you coffee, and then you have a long conversation. So this is one of the feedbacks in the money psychology you will get, that you feel better and it's easier to manage more money than less money. So in the 30s, we are talking about 50 million, close to 100 million valuation of the companies. And currently the last valuation with the TAP technology was close up to $4 billion.
Ooh, very well done. What is the maximum amount of money you did in a year?
No, it was $180 million.
What is the top 3 financial advices you would give for people to reach 180?
To manage as an entrepreneur financials, it's highly complicated and be very carefully. For example, if you have a portfolio of $20 million, mostly you try to call Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, so the top brands, Bank Rothschild. And in their perspective, you're a small guy and not what you think a big guy. So you will get the junior associate as a wealth manager, and you will get products with a huge amount of costs. So even if you go to the Champions League, this means not the Champions League is fair with you. It's the same with lawyers. If you ask a London lawyer for his fee, his advisory fee per hour, he's talking about sometimes £1,000, and you
even more.
Exactly, even more, and you're asking why. And you think he is super smart, and then you are talking and working with him, and it's the same legal advice like the lawyer of $200.
The paralegal sitting.
But the difference is mostly the network. So he can open the door to Richard Branson or other guy because he's telling, I have a small entrepreneur here. He's super smart. He has a good idea. Talk to him. And this is why you are paying. And you have to have the motivation to pay this amount for top guys, not because they are smart. They create a network what can upgrade your own network. This you have to learn. This is how do you use your money in the right way.
Leverage.
Yes.
If I give you a piece of paper, an empty canvas, and I will ask you to draw yourself, or a scene of yourself, what you're gonna draw?
I would paint the sun and a balloon, and the balloon is coming too close to the sun, and then he explode, and then the next balloon coming. So I love the beautiness of the sun. I love the warmth, the energy, the light, the color, and I love the interaction with the balloon, what is dangerous, what should be more carefully, not to come too close. So this is
very interesting. Very interesting.
How my life is, I would say. Yeah. Sometimes I'm too close to the sun, and sometimes the balloon is flying quite well.
True. Have you ever got a moment in your life that you said, like, I'm done, finished. I need to quit what the hell I'm doing. I just will downsize, stay comfortable, and that's it.
No. because stay comfortable, it's indicate if you are not living the lifestyle, if you are not living what you have the passion for. As I explained, for me it's all about to create something. This is what I love. This creates the life energy. This makes me sleep like a small teddy bear. I'm very happy. If I stop to follow my passion, to enjoy only money, then I'm not doing why I was born and why I'm here on this planet. But if I create electricity for a village in Africa and only one child will create out of this a Wi-Fi connection with the mobile, and in the mobile he can make a trade on Amazon and he makes a little bit money for the family and he has a smile in his face, and I was a little bit the reason to create this impact, then I'm super happy. And this is the only thing I want to have in my mind when I leave this planet. I want to create an impact to people who had not so much to smile, and I was the reason that they had this small, shortly smile.
Is why you're repeating the word happy, 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 happy. What are you looking for?
Because this is a high priority in my life, and this is my indication what I want to follow. If I'm not happy, I know I'm on the wrong direction, and that's the reason why I prioritize this word so often.
But being an entrepreneur, like I believe like 80% of the time, the cortisol is high, the stress level is... So you can't balance happy, or you're looking at the destination, in the destination you become happy. What's your, like, you want to be happy throughout the journey or in the destination? Because I believe the journey is one hell of a journey, full of stress, but we are disciplined enough to pass through it.
Yes.
Whether in the mood to be happy or not, it's questionable.
Yes.
You know, you can't be happy with lawyers calling you, or unable to pay salaries for a cash crunch.
Yes.
So happiness here doesn't exist. Happiness exists, as you said, if one person in a village of Africa was impacted by you.
Yeah.
So we wait for a big period of time, which is like the 8-9 months of a year, until this impact happens, and then the happiness comes.
Yes. So first of all, I had some tough moments as an entrepreneur. I had to pay salaries on Wednesday in a factory, and the bank account was $0. So all the weekend I was not sleeping, and what can I sell as an asset to pay the salaries? Because the people believed in you, and you cannot say you cannot pay the salaries. So sometimes I got, or in the past I got the advice, as an entrepreneur it's very important to tell always the truth. One of the worst advice I ever got in my life, because if you go to the factory and tell them no money, I cannot pay the salaries, what is of course the reaction? They are angry and disappointed, and this creates a demotivation, and you have a huge process after work to manage. So it's better, don't tell them that you are struggling. Try to focus on your happiness, that when they see you, oh, boss has a very good energy, he is motivated.
Money in the account.
The money came perhaps one day later, but it will come.
True.
So I try to inspire with my positivity the people who are surrounded me. I try to motivate them, and I can only do this when they see a strong Matthias, when they feel Matthias is relaxed, he's calm, and then the people are creative and do whatever they have to do. If I am in a mode of negativity, immediately, what's going on with the boss? Is there something wrong? And this creates a problem, what you have to manage, and I don't have interest to manage this.
True. I love that. We are now in the Alpha Talk show, and I usually have a question, which is, how do you define an alpha? What's an alpha for you?
A person who can give an impact to other people because of his self-confidence, his knowledge, his experience, and his polite behavior. That's a real alpha for me.
I like the ending, the polite behavior.
Yes, because there are some alphas who
True. True. 100%.
yeah, these are not the alphas I mean. I mean
true.
the people who are very humble and they know what they can do and they don't have to make so much marketing on their own because the performance was the evidence.
I have a section called the pure human behind the alpha. I'll be asking you a couple of questions to identify who's Matthias. Are you ready?
Yes.
So without the patents, the titles, and the companies, who are you at your core?
I'm very curious. I'm highly motivated, energy driven. I'm very polite. I love to be relaxed. I love to be calm. I love to be humble. I love to enjoy good things with good people, like food and high quality products. I love to enjoy the life on this planet.
There is a part of your journey that still hurts to talk about.
No. I try to, and I'm able, and I did this. I retouched the emotional bad experiences from my unconscious, and now I save this as an experience and lesson learned. I did this. This happened to me for a reason, and it's positive. For example, if we are talking about the accident and the death of my brother, for me today, there is only one reason that this happened to me. God gave me the project to invent something to give impact to people. Without this, it would never happen. And this is my mission. I will never stop. And this is totally positive. For me, totally positive.
Everything is for a reason.
Yes.
What's the one invention you're still chasing that keeps you awake at night?
There is nothing what keeps me awake in the night. I'm sleeping like a bear.
If you could send a message to your 5-year-old self, right after the tragedy, what would you tell him?
Listen to the people who are smarter than you and follow the advice.
Enough. What's the most powerful lesson you want your children or the next generation to learn from your story?
Know who you are. Know what you know. And most important, know what you don't know.
True. When everything gets quiet and you're alone, what fear or memory visits you the most?
Fear is not in my mind. Memories, mostly I thinking about the last couple of days, what I could do better, what were the mistakes I have done, and what was the process I had to learn. I try to learn out of the last days I lived.
Being an entrepreneur means 99.9% of people won't believe in you.
Yeah.
So who was the one person who believed in you when no one else did? And how did this change your path?
The truth is there was only one person on this planet who always with me, and it's Matthias, the small Matthias inside me, because I did so many crazy things. If I explained this to my mom, if I explained this to my friends, they all gave me the feedback, this is not good what you do. Don't do this.
Yourself.
Yes.
What moment in your life made you feel most human? Like, I mean, fragile, vulnerable, but real.
When you give something back, I mean, you give advice, and this person can use this advice to upgrade his own life with your advice. This is a wonderful feeling.
What was the advice you gave? One of them.
We talked a lot about this. I had an employee in my company who was an accountant, and he wants to open his own company, controlling and accounting advisory services. And we talked about this because I always offer all my employees whatever they want. They can talk with me, and perhaps we can make a deal to go in future together with a joint venture company, or you will stay as a happy person in my company. So this gentleman, he asked me, what do you think? And I told him, you are a fantastic number-driven guy. But if we are going together into a meeting and you should talk with a guy you don't know, you are shaky. So do you think a client, a new potential client, will work with you when you are shaky and not self-confident in your own presentation to acquire this client trust? And his answer was no. And I told him, if you gave me now the answer no, what do you think is the right step as a business career? To be an entrepreneur or to stay as a manager and the accountant? And he found the answer. He should stay as a manager. And he was very, very good. And he come into corporate structure and he make a
living,
to a
good living.
CFO, yes. And he was happy about this. And I met him a couple of years later, and he gave me the feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, really?
It was good, yeah.
If your life were a book, what would be the title of the freaking final chapter?
Do it not like me.
A good one. Why you said that?
Because I believe I have a lot of energy, a lot of self-confidence, and I have the ability to stand up when I'm fallen. And I have a structure, a body structure who can manage all of these things. As you know, I can sleep very easily, even if I have the toughest problems on earth in my daily routine. And all this set up makes me comfortable in a very uncomfortable world of problems. So if you have this DNA, go for it. But if you don't have this DNA, it's not good. Huh? So don't repeat it. Make it smarter than me.
If we will give one last advice or a message you want to share with the audience of the Alpha Talks, what will be this advice about?
Never stop learning to be a better person. And never stop learning to try to find a way to be smarter tomorrow than today.
Is there anything that we didn't cover in this interview that you want to share with the audience?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying the time with you. You're an amazing podcaster, so I'm very happy and it's an honor to work with you.
The pleasure is mine. People will be watching this episode and they want to connect with you either as an investor, either as a startup. What is the easiest way and the fastest way that they connect with you?
Yeah, write me an email, matthiassims@meet.com, and I will answer immediately.
I will put this details in the description for everyone who wants to reach Matthias. Shoot him an email and I'm sure he's gonna answer. He's German, so he's gonna follow up. I have a ritual in the Alpha Talks. Before we end the episode, we do a couple of things. I have something called the Alpha Talks Memoir, where each Alpha guest, once we finish the episode, they write their kind of experience in the show. But do one more thing, is to write a question to the next Alpha guest.
Oh, yeah.
And you will answer the question from the previous Alpha guest. It's a way of making the Alpha guests connect, but you don't know each other. It's just a way of getting the Alpha guests connect to each other. So are you ready for the question?
I like this. Very, very good.
What's your favorite style of personal branding and creating content? Ooh, that came to you.
Yeah. Favorite brand for personal style?
Yeah. What?
Clothes,
Yeah.
cars?
Like no. Like your personal brand, building your personal brand. What's gonna be your style of personal branding? Like sharing your stories, sharing your success, sharing your failure. You have a unique thing that, sometimes people wear hats.
Yeah.
That's a type of their personal brand.
I want to be loud without to be loud. I want to inspire people with the knowledge I could collect about the last 20 years to make young entrepreneurs more smarter than I was. So my challenge always was I did not find many people who could teach me, who could give me the right advice. So I tried to give them my honest experience is not based on only successful stuff. I want to give them a feedback what all can
go wrong.
Go wrong, yes. And I'm a specialist in this. So I lost, yes, I lost a lot of money. I failed so many times, financial bankruptcy, companies, and all this kind of stuff. But at the end, you have to learn out of this, and the next time you will be stronger. And that's the most important point for your life, for your private life, for your business life. And when I see all the coaches, all the speakers, and all the advisors on the planet in the audience, they mostly give me stories where I am okay with, but it's not exactly what an entrepreneur
is.
Yes, exactly. So the feelings when you are not able to pay a salary and you are in front of the employee and you cannot tell him this because you know it's a bad impact, it's not good to have this feeling in you. And if you are not able to feel something, it's difficult to explain. I give you a very good example. If I talk now with you about a pregnancy and I explain you exactly how it feels to be pregnant, yes, you know, Matthias, you are a super smart guy, but you are not a lady, huh?
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
True.
So that's the point. It's not authentically. You can give advice and experience if you come through this emotions. That's the most important point. This is my hat I have on my head.
You know, I'll ask you another question. You're hard-headed. All your life, you heard advices.
Yeah.
You went your way. You had a lot of failures and a lot of tough decisions or tough situations.
Yeah.
Because I know behind the curtains. So that's why, like, I'm trying to say that. So you were hard-headed. You decided to go this route. You had a lot of failures, a lot of successes, and your failures were tough, hard. It requires a specific type of people to pass it, have the resilience, stand up again, push further, push further. If your kid was hard-headed like you at a young age, and now you're at your age, what you will do? You will just advise, or you will put him on the track?
I learned if you are not a father like me, it's very difficult to get advice for fathers.
That's running away.
No, I will answer. I try my best.
Because entrepreneurs' DNA are always hard-headed.
Yes.
But you passed through a route,
Yes.
which I mean, like, not a lot of even entrepreneurs pass through.
Yeah.
Like, you understand, like, a lot of entrepreneurs can pass through, oh, oops, sorry, I cannot pay rent.
Yeah.
Okay, your route is much tougher.
Yeah. So why can you go this high risk what I managed in my life? Because I am not a profit-driven guy. Money, it's super good if you earn a lot of money, and it gives you a lot of opportunities and freedom. But at the same time, I was always on focus to create impacts. If you have scientifically driven thoughts to create impacts to communities, the outcome out of this, the reaction on the market, is the profit. So for me, to go high risk means not to lose money. So there are other entrepreneurs, they are profit-based. They are masters in making money, investment bankers, financially driven guys, advisory services companies. This is a totally different style of entrepreneurship. But this kind of people mostly are not running with the same amount of risk during the office. So if you have the focus on creating impact, you can take a lot of risk. If you have the focus creating profit, don't do this.
Love the answer. Matthias, it's been a pleasure. I loved the conversation, and I'm sure everybody watching this episode will get a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and don't forget to write him an email. Again, he's German, he's gonna answer. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure.
Thank you. That wraps another inspiring episode of today's show. I hope that this episode has ignited your inner alpha and left you feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. Remember, alphas aren't born, they're made. It isn't about dominating others. It's about embracing your authenticity, leading with integrity, and making a positive impact on the world. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the Alpha Talks on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review and share the podcast with your fellow Alphas. Also connect with us on social media at Seif El Hakim. Share your thoughts, insight, and stories of personal and business growth with us. Let's create a movement of Alphas supporting one another. The world needs more Alphas like you exactly. Until next time, stay bold, stay driven, and stay Alpha.